Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of our Autism Awareness podcast called Spectrum Stories. I'm your host and my name is Aarav Sharma. I'm an autism advocate and I'm the founder of Allyhq.ai, an AI-powered communication platform for families with special needs individuals. In our podcast, we invite change makers from the autism community who are making a significant amount of impact in society through their work. So today we have with us a special guest and a very significant influencer, Miss Kelly Coe. Ms. Kelly is the director of East Bay Outreach and Enrichment program at Friends of Children with Special Needs, which is a nonprofit organization for special needs individuals. She's also a parent of an 18-year-old son who's on the spectrum and has ADHD. She has been with FCSN for 9 years, starting as an after-school program coordinator. Now, her main role is working on developing social recreational programs for FCSN clients with special needs and also working with the families with children and adults with special needs to educate and empower them to learn about services available that can help their special needs children and adults live a fulfilling and enriching life in the community. Additionally, Ms. Kelly serves as a board director in Allyhq, which, as I mentioned, is a communication platform for families with special needs individuals. So without any further delay, let's welcome in Ms. Kelly. Hi, Ms. Kelly. Thank you so much for providing me with your valuable time today.
Thank you for having me.
Let's get started into your journey with some of my questions. Could you tell me a little bit about the origin story of Friends of Children with Special Needs based on your knowledge, and what do you think inspired its creation and how has it evolved over the past years?
FCSN was founded in 1996 and was founded by 10 Asian families with some with special needs and some with not, but the goal of the forming of this organization was to provide a good place for our special needs kids to thrive and to be able to support each other, for the parents to share their struggles and things like that with parents, so that we can build a supportive village for our special needs individuals. And these, right now we're in the 28th year, I believe, and we have now been serving over 1,000 families with special needs, and we have over 40 programs here at FCSN to support clients and to help them navigate life.
I'm so glad to hear about the progress of FCSN. So going straight into your personal journey as well, when did you first join FCSN and really what motivated you to join this nonprofit organization?
I myself have a special needs child. He's 18 now, but we started as parents, family and special needs, and my son was with FCSN since he was 5 years old. And I joined this organization back in 2015, and through my son's after-school program, he was here for the after-school program, and they were looking for somebody. And at the same time, I got laid off from my previous tech job, so I felt like this was the calling for me to switch my gear towards helping the FCSN to pay back and to give back to the community that my son has benefited from. Yeah.
Could you elaborate on some of the courses or programs that your son was involved with at FCSN?
Yeah, my son has been in the after-school program since he was 6 years old. And he just graduated, so he just left the program, but he's been with the program, and the program has tremendously helped him so much in his development in terms of his language, his social skills, his developmental skills, and he's made friends here and has a connection here with all the teachers. He's also been in the music camp and things like that here as well. It's really a blessing to have found this organization even back before I was even working here. Yeah.
That's so great to hear about his progress, and congrats on his graduation.
Oh, thank you.
So moving on to my next question, does FCSN serve both high-functioning and low-functioning special needs individuals? And if so, could you elaborate on some of the programs that you specifically have worked with?
Yeah, we do. We serve all levels of functioning, from very high to those who have more challenges and high needs. Some of the are more integrated. We have the special needs who are more high needs integrated with those who are higher functioning, and we provide more support to those ones who need more, have more challenges. Now, we do currently have developed a couple new programs that just came out recently for adults who have high needs. One here in the East Bay that works with specifically for high needs clients, adult high need clients, and then we also have a supported living services program there in the South Bay that supports high need clients with living services. So those are two new programs that came out very recently, and definitely a lot of parents are trying to get in, and we're trying to hopefully build programs so that build capacity so that we can support those additional clients.
So, as a tutor myself, working with special needs individuals and almost over 250 individuals in general, I've noticed that a lot of these children and adults, they have really a specific set of strengths and weaknesses as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that FCSN also does a great job of honing upon this recognition as well. For instance, they have performing arts programs along with other art forms such as visual arts and performing arts.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, Miss Kelly was the one who had introduced me to their talent show. And we actually had a recent music festival for the special needs individuals along with a drama camp. Could you elaborate on how some of the skills are nurtured from these programs, and how do you think it contributes to an individual's personal growth and development?
Special needs individuals always miss. People think about them as not being able to do anything, that they don't have talent, and people just don't pay attention to them for most of the time. And here at FCSN, we actually build programs, and we've had a lot of very successful music program, art programs, those kinds to nurture our talents, because a lot of individuals with special needs, their talent is not discovered until later in life. And because the parents never knew that they had those talents or never looked to find those talents. But FCSN tried to search for those talents. And a lot of individuals with special needs that came to our program has gone on to do amazing work in their talents. For example, the Special Needs Talent Showcase that we had this past April, that was our 10th year. So we had a lot of great performing artists, dance, in singing, in musical instruments, and even acrobatics, and all kinds of things, magic and kung fu. We have so many talents that we've discovered, and we really want to embrace them and show people in the community, hey, look at these really talented individuals with special needs. They are capable. They just have different talents that other people have that we overlook a lot of times. Just the same thing, we're actually going to have an art exhibit that's coming up on August 23rd in a couple weeks, and that will highlight the wonderful artwork that you will see in our community, oil paintings from 3D art, digital art, and just the wonderful artists that have put a tremendous amount of talent into these artwork to showcase. It will be a great, this will be our 3rd year, so it will be a great opportunity for the community to come and see this group of really wonderful, talented artists.
It's so great to hear that FCSN is really removing the stigma around autistic individuals, and they don't really have this specific set of strengths that they can really accomplish and achieve within the future. So it's really an inspiring tale, and I'm so moved by it as well. And speaking on the performing arts and other ceramic art forms that we have, I heard that some students had actually sold some of their artwork.
Yes.
And so if you're aware of any personal success stories, then please feel free to let me know about it.
Yeah, we actually do. Whether it's performing artists or visual artists, many of them have made money through their talent. For example, we have musicians that have gigs that people pay them to perform at events and parties and things like that. So they've made money through that. We have a great ceramic guy called a clay guy, and he does really beautiful ceramic like cups and bowls and things like that. And this is his passion, and he's making money from that because he has his own little side business that sells these, and it's all displayed and can be bought at the coffee shop.
How do you think FCSN ensures that its programs and initiatives are inclusive to everyone who's on the spectrum, including both in children and adults as well? And do you have any specific programs for nonverbal autistic individuals?
We have, like I said, we have a lot of different types of disabilities at FCSN. We do our best to provide special services for them. For example, some nonverbal students, they use ASL, American Sign Language, or some of them may have a device that they use to communicate. So we try to accommodate as much as we can to provide those services and integrate them with our kids, not only our kids, but in the community as well.
Yeah, so along with children, FCSN has also done a remarkable job with the parents' journey as well. So what do you think is the role that parents play in terms of really fostering their special needs children, along with some of the activities and programs that are offered by FCSN?
Parents really, one of the most fundamental, kind of like the backbone of special needs, because the child depends on the parents and the caregivers. And that's why that was the foundation of this organization. It was founded by 10 Asian families. It's always been a very FCSN has always been a very family-focused organization, and we always have many different types of family activities to incorporate the families into this community. So for me right now, as the director of outreach, just one of my jobs is to outreach to as many families as possible, to let them know how FCS can help them. What are the services out there that can provide for them? Because if parents are educated and are empowered to know what's out there, they can help their children get the best services and the services that the child needs to thrive in the community and for themselves. So parents definitely play a big part of that, and we want to really focus on families, and that's really been a big thing for FCSN. We have a lot of families here that are very involved with FCSN, that they run programs for their children and other children. Most of our upper management here are volunteers, and they spend a lot of time and a lot of dedication, and they're also parents of the special needs children themselves. So they've got a lot of dedication in growing this organization. We have 3 centers now. We started from a small they started in the backyard of some families' homes, or the garage of some families' home, bringing programs that way. And now we're a 3-center organization. So imagine over the 28 years, how much these families have worked together to create an organization that we are today.
That's actually a perfect segue into my next question. So as you can see right now, we're at the new center, which is located in Osgood, Fremont, and as Ms. Kelly mentioned, there are 3 centers now that are open for FCSN. So could you share a little bit about the vision that FCSN had with opening this center in particular, and what was the unique approach that it took to really empower these individuals with special needs?
So, FCSN has been around for 28 years, and we've really grown as an organization. So we're really running out of capacity to serve our special needs individuals. We had over 200 people on our wait list for various programs, and more to come. And when we go out to community, everybody's asking, "Oh, when are you accepting my child? When are you accepting my child? When can my child get into your program?" So, we only had 2 centers, and the capacity was already to the max. We really didn't have any more space. So this center was really built to provide more capacity so that we can have more programs and be able to serve more clients with special needs, so that families have a peace of mind and knowing that FCSN is there to help with their children. So this is really the vision, and it's not funded by anybody but the parents, by doing donation, fundraising to build this 3rd center. And we really have a lot of programs that we're already looking forward to having at this new center. Yeah.
I think that's the perfect mindset that FCSN has adopted, especially with the CDC reporting that autism is in 1 in 36 individuals and children as well. I think kudos to FCSN as well for opening up this new center and really providing a beacon to families to show that there is a lot of hope and potential with their children and adults in the future as well. The Dream Project, I had actually read a little bit about it, so it was really fascinating about their mission. And what are some of the goals and objectives of this project to our audience out there, and how does it really impact the lives of these individuals?
One of the things, as a parent myself, we always worry about, where is our children going to live when we're no longer here? When parents are no longer here, what will happen to their children? Where would they go? So that's always one of the main things in parents' minds. And I think parents are the driver for this project, because it's not an FCSN project, but it is a parents project. Parents from FCSN or from elsewhere come together, and they are trying to provide housing for their own children by investing in building a home for their special needs individuals, so that they have a place for their children to grow old, and they have services through FCSN to help support them with that. So that's really the main thing of our housing project. And this is right now going on is the 2nd housing project. The housing project that we had in the first was back many years ago in the back of our Peralta Center. And many families are in there, especially these individuals are in there living there, and they're really happy. They have parties there, they get gatherings, they do a lot of things together. So it's a really great community kind of environment for special needs individuals. So they're not living alone, they have friends, they have roommates, and they can have a lot of social opportunities with other housemates. Yeah.
In addition to finding housing, FCSN has also helped in terms of finding work and employment opportunities. And in fact, I'm actually wearing this t-shirt over here of Friends of Children, and they have their coffee and tea center, which is open in San Jose. What kind of work opportunities does FCSN provide to special needs adults, and specifically regarding the Friends Coffee and Tea?
FCSN has a supported employment program that offers job training and job coaching for individuals with special needs to go out there and find a job. We have a lot of our clients working at like TJ Maxx, Target, Walmart, things like that, and many other places as well. We have coaches that train them and work with them so that they can work there. Friends Coffee and Tea was one of the most innovative ideas that came out from the second opening of our South Bay office, because that center has the coffee shop, and that coffee shop is really there to train individuals with special needs job skills. Especially if you want to be like a barista or work in Starbucks or something like that. You can learn the skills here and then you can work at Starbucks, making coffee, tea, and those kind of things. So it's a great way for our special needs individual to not only gain job skills, but to be part of the community as well. Yeah.
I was really inspired to see baristas and just in general chefs at the Friends Coffee and Tea Center. So I think that's definitely a really inspiring mission that FCSN has promoted within our community. Now, in terms of our general public as well, what suggestions do you have for those that have special needs individuals or relatives that are located outside the Bay Area and may not have similar access to resources that FCSN offers?
I always was talking about families. I think families can always come together. That's what FCSN did. Back before FCSN, there weren't any resources, especially back 28 years ago. Autism was not people didn't really know about what autism is, and including myself. When my son was diagnosed, we didn't know, and I didn't know what resources were out there, and started because of families, and families coming together to get resources for special needs for the children. I encourage other families to do the same thing, and many families have. They have come together to provide housing, to provide services, and things like that. So I really recommend that. And FCSN also since even though we're not in the area, we do have parents online support groups, things like that they can join, because even for our online support groups, we have families who call in from like from Southern California, even some calling from like the East Coast or something like that, because with Zoom, that's one of the advantages, is you can reach out to a lot of people. So, but yeah, I would say one of the things is just to get families to get together to get services for the children. I think that's really the most effective way.
Yeah, and just in general, raising autism awareness, that's another feature that FCSN prides itself in. So it's great to hear that you're able to not only limit and expand yourself within California, but just in general worldwide as well. So as a director at FCSN and as having a child who is on the spectrum, who has attended programs at FCSN must have had a transformative experience on you. So could you share us a little bit about the values that you gained while working at FCSN, and how do you think it's influenced your perspective on autism, advocacy, and support for individuals with special needs?
So, before I was a parent, I mentioned I really didn't know much about autism, and I didn't know where services were. And by working here at FCSN, they've really given me a new insight about people with special needs. Because before, it was my son, yeah, he has special needs, but working with your own child is different when really understanding the disability community as a whole. And working here really made me realize a lot of the challenges and the struggles that families are going through. And as a parent myself, it made me want to even help more, because you have the experience that I've gone through to share with other families. And I think with just having that experience with that, I think I was able to really get involved with a lot of outreach with families and going there and representing FCSN in various events. Hopefully those experiences can help other families as well. Yeah.
How do you think that our listeners out there, how do you think that they can help and support FCSN in terms, especially about the volunteering opportunities that FCSN offers?
Oh yeah, we have a lot of volunteers, youth volunteers, adult volunteers. We have a network of over 200 volunteers or more. And it's always great for our youth to get involved, like you, to get involved with FCSN, because you guys are the future for this group. And you guys are the voices for those who has no voice. I think it's important that we always want to get those volunteers in the community to let them understand what the special needs community is all about. And we have some really great volunteers that has done a lot of amazing work for FCSN, including yourself. And we hope to continue that by providing more opportunities out there for volunteers to join us.
Thank you so much for the compliments. And to our listeners out there, in case you have any particular passion that you would like to share with our community worldwide, I would suggest that you really join into FCSN. It provides a transformative experience. I myself have gained a lot of unique qualities that I wouldn't have gained, such as patience, empathy, and creativity. So make sure to volunteer at FCSN. And finally, what message would you like to share about autism advocacy and its future, and really the importance of collective action in fighting and providing that voice, as you mentioned, to individuals on the spectrum?
I think everybody just needs to get together, the power of being together, and to be the voices of our special needs individual. Sometimes we know families can be shy about things. They don't want, especially in the Asian community, they don't want people to really know about their special needs. They don't really want people to talk about it. They don't talk about it. But I think that's the wrong approach. I think we all need to come together, families need to come together and really be the power and be able to be there to advocate and empower themselves and to help their special needs kids.
That's a really motivating message. And with that being said, that's all for today, folks. Ms. Kellyco, thank you so much for providing me with your valuable time today.
Thank you so much for having me.
And to our audience out there, thank you so much for tuning in today. Remember that inclusion leads to innovation. Peace out and take care of yourselves.
Thank you.